Hello everybody. Today is my official entry to the Crazy Ed's barbecue cook-off. And I will be cooking barbecue rodeo burgers. Hope you all enjoy. And I believe you can catch all these videos on Ed's channel on this playlist described as hashtag Crazy Ed's barbecue cook-off. And let's get started. Here we go. So I saved you some of the semantics of dicing up garlic and onions, but you can watch me cut up the bacon for our rodeo burgers. And what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be sauteing all this 1 pound of bacon to 3 small onions and approximately 4 tablespoons of garlic. We will be sauteing all of this up until it's a nice crispy texture on the bacon and your onions are pretty much caramelized. Okay, so we'll add the bacon right to that, and once this gets all cooked up, we'll bring you back to show you what we're going to do for our rodeo burgers. Okay, so we have our onions, garlic, and bacon to just about the consistency we want. You want it just to start to darken up quite a bit, as you see here. It's okay if you get it a little bit crispier because it's going to be soaking in the Hamburg anyway afterwards. So once you get it to this point, all I'm going to do is take it. I'll give you guys a better view once I get done handling the hot stuff. Put that back over here. I simply just threw it over here. This is just paper towel so it soaks up all the grease. And I'm going to let that sit there for a few, cool off. We're going to go ahead and show you the next step to this. Alright, so our bacon, onions, and garlic have cooled off. What we have here is 4.5 pounds of Hamburg at a reduced price. It's the only way we can afford that stuff nowadays. We're also going to be adding just a little bit of hickory liquid smoke. And the reason behind that is we had just recently made ketchup. And don't get me wrong, it is delicious ketchup, but it's more like barbecue sauce. So I didn't have any, barbecue features to it, so I think the hickory, natural hickory liquid smoke will add that little bit of a barbecue flavor to it. So we're going to go ahead and add approximately 1 cup. Yeah, about 1 cup, 6 ounces barbecue sauce. Our 1 pound of bacon, onion, and garlic sauteed together. Try to get as much grease out of it as possible. See, look at all that nastiness. Yeah. And then I'll even do a measurement for you. We're gonna do 1 tablespoon of the liquid smoke. And all I'm going to do is incorporate this all together. Throw it in the refrigerator. I want to make sure it's the right consistency before we throw it in the refrigerator. It should just sit there and marinate and fester amongst itself. might need my lovely assistant to reach in the refrigerator behind me and grab a little bit more of that homemade ketchup. You can tell by the color of the meat. Yeah, I'm gonna need you to open up and pour it in there for me. It's pretty much the same color. What I want is a little bit more. Go ahead and put the jar up to the lens for me. I want it to look more of that color. So if wifey will go ahead and add about that much. That was about a 1/4 cup more, so we're at 3/4 a cup of that homemade ketchup, aka barbecue sauce.
Made with our very own tomatoes.
Yeah, at least a half a dozen varieties of tomatoes that are within that barbecue sauce. There I go. Within that ketchup. That really does taste like barbecue sauce. So I can definitely see the color has changed. Which is what we're looking for. There it is. I'm going to try to scrape off as much as I can. Throw it back in. So again, bacon, onions, garlic, homemade ketchup, and a little bit of the natural hickory liquid smoke. We're going to go ahead, throw plastic wrap on this, throw it in the refrigerator for a few hours until we get hungry. It's been about 2 hours and everybody's starting to get hungry around here. So what we have here is, I weighed this up and it's 6 pounds of hamburg, bacon, onions, garlic, barbecue sauce, and a little bit of liquid smoke. So what we're going to do, we're probably going to split this up into 12 patties or so. Or maybe 10, we'll make them a little bit bigger. So what we want is a good, I'm going to have to say, baseball-sized piece of hamburger. And what I'm doing right here is I'm packing the hamburger together. So all I'm doing is slapping, slapping, slapping. I know there are a lot of jokes here, but after a while you end up with a perfectly packed hamburger patty. And as you're forming it, you want to push in the sides so they will not explode as much as they would. Then the last step is you want to put a hole in the middle of your patty. Because what's going to happen is this is going to puff up in the middle. You don't want it to be too puffy because it'll have a hard time cooking. So you want to go ahead and make a crater in your hamburger patty and place it over there. And what I'm going to do is continue that process again. I'll show you one more and we'll get right through this. So just basically slapping that patty. You're almost like clapping your hands with a hamburger in between them. And you end up with a nice, perfectly packed hamburger patty. You're going to push that out a little bit. Pack in your sides so it won't split. And then again, make that crater right in the middle because it's going to puff up when you're cooking. And then we'll place it over here. Now I'm gonna go ahead and continue. Okay. So what I ended up doing was making two types. Here we have the 3/4 pounder, and here we have the we'll call 1/3 pounder. That's a tank burger. That's a normal burger. I ended up making 5 and 5 of each. Some of the family likes their hamburger more medium, well done. Other people like a medium hamburger. So those will cook out perfectly for each individual person. And more than likely, the people who like the medium burgers are going to end up having the bigger ones anyway because we have bigger appetites.
So first thing you want to do is get your grill nice and piping hot. The next step is having the right tool for the job. Everything's king-sized around here. Let me move you over and we'll get started. There's wifey over there. You can see her feet. She is waving to you. Actually, that's really not that bad of an angle. Let me give you a little bit closer. How's that?
Of course, it seems like everybody making these videos is doing it in the dark because it's getting dark so early
Because it's
now.
dinner time. So, like I said earlier, we had the jumbos and the minis because some people just don't like it large.
Because sometimes 1 pound of beef is too much.
So what I have done is I've turned my grill back down to low. Now I'm going to go ahead and load on my burgers. And it's your preference if you want to add more seasonings to this or not. I prefer not to. I think the burgers will speak for themselves. And there we go. Go ahead and close that. We'll remove our plastic film. And we have a nice clean tray to place our burgers on when they're done cooking.
So now that our burgers are on the grill, these are the final steps that you want to do in preparation for tonight's dinner. What we have here is garlic herb spread and sweet Hawaiian onion hamburger buns. What we want to do is just do a little bit of garlic butter right on these hamburger buns because the whole family loves garlic and herbs. Now we're going to clean off our cutting board a little bit. And you only need lettuce and tomato. That's all you need for this so far. We have a secret ingredient coming. The Leaning Tower of Buns fell over. So, I've already sharpened my knife and cleaned it. One of our YouTube subscribers noticed in my last video that I didn't clean my knife, and that's an excellent catch. You know, you don't want to be eating any metallics at all. That's why we collect our own water. We don't drink from the faucet. Basically never have drinking from the faucet unless direly had to.
Is that one of our garden tomatoes?
That is one of our garden tomatoes. Sorry, I should have mentioned that. And hopefully in the near future, we'll have some garden lettuce. And there you have it.
We like a good salad every now and then.
Now, you'll notice that I'm not cutting up onions, because this is the final ingredient. Oh, another tip. I forgot to mention this. When you are forming your burgers, if you do it ahead of time a little bit, or if you do it ahead of time a little bit, you can throw it in the refrigerator and let them reform. But if you don't have that much time, just go ahead and throw them right in your freezer. They'll form up quickly, so that way when you throw it on the grill, it doesn't immediately fall apart because it's, you know, warm already.
You got liquid in it.
It has liquid in it too, so I didn't do any breadcrumbs this time. We'll have to see how that comes out. Anyway, this will be our final ingredient. Onion rings. That makes the Rodeo Burger, if you're referring to Burger King's recipe, which is where I got this from. I don't eat fast food. When I see something I like, I'm like, okay, I'll create that. So unfortunately, we're starting to get a little bit darker out here. I wanted to show you a little trick. Now, you see how we have a whole bunch of flame up coming over here? Just get yourself a new bottle, fill it with water, and put out the fire. So that way you don't get your burgers burning. You'll see that I put one up here because back here it was just too much flame. Even me squirting it wasn't helping, so I had to move that burger so it wouldn't turn into a briquette. Pretty much waiting for these to just get to a certain point before we flip them. You don't want to flip them too early because you'll ruin the rigidity of the burger. So I just wanted to show you that quick tip, so whenever you see a fire, just put it out. That's all. Alright, I do believe we're getting to that point. If Wifey will help me out with the lighting here. Oh, we got a mini fire, so try to extinguish that before you put your hands in there. There we go. Alright. So that crucial part that I was talking about, it's time for the flip. We'll see how we did here. That looks pretty good to me. Yep. I think we waited just enough time. You know what? Those ones might need a little bit longer because they were in the front. So we're going to move them up a little bit more. So that one was a little bit darker because it was in the back, but no worries. It's still definitely edible.
Some of us like it.
Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and extinguish some of these fires. And we're going to try to close this back down. Yeah, sometimes you do have to tame the beast. We want burgers, not burners. Dad joke. Sorry, that was horrible. We'll get back to you. Okay, we're starting to come to the conclusion of our burgers being done. And how you can tell is the bleed through will be less bloody and more, I guess you can say, greasy. And you're looking at it, these are gorgeous, gorgeous color. I switched the little ones to the back so they can hurry up a little bit more. But we're gonna go ahead and take that barbecue goodness that we had.
The assistant is also the lighting specialist.
Yeah, because it is now dark. We're late eaters anyway.
When you work third shift, you tend to be late.
Yeah. So what we're doing is we are putting our final coat of sauce
onto these burgers. Hopefully it'll caramelize a little bit. Let it go for a little bit longer. Flip these burgers over and repeat this process again. Alright, final step here, everybody. We're going to go ahead and flip our burgers over for the last time. That one's a little under, unfortunately. There's always one in the crew. Always. So after we have our burgers flipped over, we want to make room for the final step. So we're going to go ahead and barbecue this side of our burgers. Again, this was our homemade ketchup that is more like a barbecue sauce, literally. So, we're going to go ahead and make rodeo burgers out of them. Because why not? Looks like I grabbed just enough barbecue sauce. So now, if you remember our buns that we got done putting garlic butter on, it's time to throw those bad girls on. Looks like I'm going to have to move this burger downstairs, which is fine because we're just trying to finish them off and get everything else going. Meanwhile, we also have our onion rings toasting in the air fryer inside. Look at that, I'm still out of room. We must find room. Yes, we must find it up here. And look at that. Ye who doubts. Okay, we're back and everything's ready. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and plate up all these burgers like so. Whew, some of them are a bit hot. Oh my, it smells like garlicky deliciousness around here. The neighbors are probably very jealous. I can hear Gina's stomach growling right now. Oh, excuse me, sorry.
That's supposed to be after, that's the kiss to the cup.
Yes, that is a kiss to the cup. So I know you can't see me plating up the buns right now. I apologize. I figure you're more interested in the meat. Yes. So these burgers are so huge that I need to reassemble them inside. Or at least some of them. We also do not have enough buns for them all, so. Alright, if wifey will bring, always remember to turn your grill off. What I like to do is to leave the gas on and turn the canister off itself so that way all the lines are bled out and it goes out immediately. So if wifey will pan over here with the light and we can show you what we got going on here. We will definitely get you a better view on the inside. Alright, we finally moved into the house. And we have our burgers all plated up. Toasted garlic and herb buns. And this is how I'm doing my burger tonight. So we have an onion ring that's going to go right on top. I prefer provolone cheese. I like all cheese, but tonight it's provolone. We're going to double up on the provolone. Maybe. if things would cooperate. Throw a little bit of lettuce in the middle of that onion ring. Our provolone cheese. You see the size of that thing? Look at that burger. Smush it down.
You gotta get yourself in there if you're doing the taste test.
And there it is. Wifey says I need to get in there for the taste test. And here we are at the Crazy Ed's barbecue cook-off. And here is our bacon barbecue rodeo tank burger with a onion ring, lettuce, and provolone cheese. Nothing else needed because we have the barbecue sauce, homemade ketchup. I'm only going to take one bite because the whole family's looking at me like, come on, come on. And let me tell you, that is delicious. Go ahead and put your toppings and whatever else you want on it, but if you make it like this, you won't need toppings. It's moist, sweet, smoky, a little bit of salt. Just a perfect burger. So, hope you enjoyed this. Let's keep this challenge going. I think there's a week left. We were able
You
to...
need to call some people out.
Yep. So, oh man, everybody's been called out. So let's go with Lone Star Pioneer, Les, Teresa. See what you guys got. I know you have a big smoker.
I don't think Time to Shine has done it yet.
Yeah, that's a good one. And Time to Shine. Tom, let's see what you got, buddy. And you know what?
Wild Edibles too.
Wild Edibles. Let's get some Canadian barbecuing up in here. Okay.
From one north to the next north.
Yes, yes. Have a wonderful night. We're going to enjoy dinner now.